Bernadette. Welcome to Life in Harmony, California style. Hi, Dr. Murad. It's good to see you again.
I haven't seen you in a long time. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been working on Life in Harmony and my new television show, so I'm
that's
so excited about
Yes.
it.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. So actually, I just want to walk you down here, show you some of my art.
Oh, yes.
You know, many of it have the color that you like. I know
My
you
red?
like red,
Yes.
so I made sure I wear a red shirt.
Exactly.
And then here's another one that's
Oh,
more
I
red.
love it. Yeah, more of the
Thank you.
fuchsia.
And you know what? Why don't we just have some tea? Let's
Yes,
go around
sure.
here.
So, Dr. Murad, everyone wants to know your secrets to looking young and feeling better. But before we get to that,
Okay.
for decades, you've been known as the father of internal skincare. But now you're being referred to as the father of modern wellness. What's modern wellness?
Well, modern wellness is different from old wellness. Over the last decade, there's something that I call cultural stress, the stress of modern living,
Yes.
the rules and regulations, the digital dependency, the expectations at home and away, and we tend to be more sedentary.
Absolutely.
Our lives have really changed. We begin to be more angry sometimes. We try to be
Yes.
perfect. We can't. All of those things are impacting our life and our soul, how we live, how we're going to go forward in our life. And people don't recognize it. They say, well, what can I do? That's life. There's more traffic. I have my
Absolutely.
work is harder. I have 10,000 emails to answer.
Yes.
And what am I going to do about it? So over the last decade, I've found new ways to help people deal with this stress that they're not even recognizing.
Wow. Well, what are the pillars of modern wellness?
Well, you know, honestly, the most important thing in our life is water. We can't live without water. And the interesting thing about water is when we're born, we have more water in our cells. Our body is about 75% water.
Yes.
As we age, it gradually becomes less and less. The average woman only has about 50% water. And the final common pathway of disease, aging, obesity, wrinkles, anything you don't like is
Not the
associated.
wrinkles.
Wrinkles too, is associated with a decrease in cellular hydration. So the idea of understanding that as a
Yes.
fact, when were you more hydrated? When you were a toddler.
Absolutely.
So I tell people, become more like your toddler. So imagine you as a little girl, 1 year old,
Yes.
coming here, walking through that door. You probably stumbled 1,000 times.
Right.
But you got right up and you weren't afraid to fail. You just got up and you started walking and you walked your
Absolutely.
own way. Even if I see you today and 10 other people, I could tell it's you because you walked differently.
Right.
You weren't afraid to fail. You didn't have to be perfect. You were playing in the mud. You got mud on your clothes. You could care less, right?
Yes.
Now we try to be more perfect and we can't. It's impossible. We begin to hard on ourselves and we be very critical of ourselves and
Absolutely.
other people as well. You were very creative. You know, if I gave you coloring paper today, you have to color inside the lines, right?
Absolutely.
When you're a toddler, scribble all over the place, right? So
Right.
there's those attributes. I tell people, dance even when you can't hear the music. That's what you did when you were young. You just got up and danced and sang,
Yes.
did whatever you wanted. That's how we need to go back. And the other thing that's very important is the healing power of touch. We don't get touched anymore.
That's
Everybody's
true.
lonely, they live alone, nobody touches them, nobody heals them.
Right.
That's why we need people like you. When patients come to see you, you actually deal with them as a person.
Yes.
People used to ask me, I'm a dermatologist. Do you have any acne patients? I said, no, I don't have any acne patients. She said, you're a dermatologist? You have acne patients?" I have patients who have acne. And that's what you do. When they come to see you, they feel like a person. Someone's
Absolutely.
interested in them. We don't get that anywhere else. So we need to find solutions for people to have a more, I don't know, a soulful life, to have soul
Absolutely.
and passion and love and well, everything you talk about, basically.
Yes. You're very
and that's
passionate
what's
about
missing.
that.
Absolutely.
I love it. So, Dr. Murad, walk me through what modern wellness looks like from a very practical perspective.
From a very practical perspective, it's the most important thing that I can do for you is ask you to become yourself. Be thrilled and honor yourself. be comfortable with who you are. All of those things are so critical. And it's very hard to do the way modern society is. It's pushing us to try to be more perfect, to be hard on ourselves, to be critical, to be lonely, isolated, have a sedentary lifestyle. All of those things are not things we want.
Right.
So we have to address those in a way that's practical, that's easy to do. And the most important thing is understanding that this is a problem.
Yes.
And then deal with it. So it's the stress of modern living that's really making a difference in our whole life. I call it cultural stress.
So what does modern wellness look like in Howard Murad's life?
Okay. In my life, first of all, I have family, and I enjoy my family. I spend time with them. I hug them. And that's important. We don't hug each other anymore, and we don't laugh so much. Like, it's so nice being with you. We've been laughing and giggling all the time.
Yes.
And it's part of life. I mean, when you were a toddler, you used to giggle and laugh and have belly laughs. People don't do that anymore. So that's number one. I think that's really important. And then, of course, all of the other things. And really, it all relates back to water. So how do we get more water in ourselves? The final common pathway of disease and aging, wrinkles, everything is loss of water. But how we can get more water in ourselves? Now, the fact of life is we will lose water as we age.
Right.
But how can we minimize it? Obviously, number one is the healing power of touch and the psychological effect, the emotional effect that we've just been talking about, cultural stress. And we talked about that a little bit. That's number one. But really, in another way, as a dermatologist, I've realized that your skin is the mirror into your wellness because you can see through your skin what goes on in your life.
Wow.
The skin protects every organ in our body. And you know what? I ask people, I say, is your skin connected to your heart? And they say, how could it be? Yeah, but it is. Obviously, they're blood vessels. So anything that's happening in every organ in your body is affecting your skin, and your skin is affecting every other organ. If you sit out in the sun too much, you get a sunburn, but you also feel tired, lethargic, headache. That's not your skin. That's that damage that penetrated through your skin into the blood vessels and affected every organ in our body. And people don't realize how important skincare really is.
Right.
It's the mirror into how you live. We can see what's happening with you by just looking at your skin. If your eyes are yellow, obviously you have, liver disease.
Right.
If you don't have a good heart, you're very pale and don't feel so good. All of those things are important, but on the other hand, people don't realize how having proper skincare also has that effect.
Absolutely.
So that's number one. Number two is eat your water. And I love, now the thing about that is people say, well, I drink 8 glasses of water a day. That's what I'm supposed
or a gallon.
Yeah, a gallon. But it's just water. And when you drink water, it goes right through you.
Yes.
Now, what's your favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
Okay. Broccoli is at least 80% water, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Okay. So an ounce of broccoli is about an ounce of water. But what are you getting in the broccoli that you're not getting in the water? Getting phytonutrients, phytochemicals, make your body have some roughage, make your body alkaline, resistant to cancer and bone loss.
Wow.
All of those things are having a huge impact on your body, where just drinking water is not enough. I measured some of my patients, and really when I asked them how many glasses of water a day, a lot of them say, well, I'm not drinking enough, but they're really healthy when I measure their hydration because they've been eating their water. So that's important. Skincare, eat your water, exercise. Now people say, when I exercise, I sweat.
Exactly.
But you're building muscle.
Okay.
Muscle is 70% water, fat is only 10% water.
Okay.
So you want fat or muscle?
Muscle.
Okay.
It looks better too.
That's true. It looks better and it's more hydrating. This is an interesting fact. Women and men drinking the same amount of alcohol, who has a higher blood alcohol level?
The lady.
Yes. Why? Genetically, women have a little higher percentage of body fat than men, and they have less water to detoxify the alcohol. So that's the important thing. And again, I go back to the most important thing, the devastation of cultural stress, the stress of modern living, leading to social isolation, loneliness, anger, hostility, loss of self-esteem, bullying. I can go on and on. All of those things. We have to understand it's a problem. It's a silent killer. And unless we can't change it, it's only going to be more and more. We're going to have more and more things that are bothering us now. but how we deal with it is so important. And the truth is, become yourself, become that toddler you used to be when you didn't have to be perfect,
Absolutely.
when you were laughing, giggling, when you didn't judge yourself, you didn't judge other people. All of those are so critical to making you live in modern wellness.
Awesome. So we're gonna go and eat some water now.
Oh yeah, let's do something.
Yes.
Let's make a smoothie.
I love it.
Okay, let's go. Smoothies are really important because it's so hard to get all the fruit and vegetables that you need at one
Yes.
time. So you can have it made very quickly. We have made the night before. And when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is have a drink.
Oh, that sounds good.
And the
Which
other
one?
thing, you know, by the way, you don't have to worry about it. You can buy them already pre-made.
Okay.
So like all of these things that you can get, you can just put
So
it
what
right
are we
in.
putting in? Spinach?
This is baby
Okay.
spinach. And here are just power greens, all different ones. So we put a little bit of that in
good.
there. And then we cut up some things like celery. Let's put a few celery in here.
Okay.
And I like watercress. It's
Okay.
really, really healthy. I love that. You know, you can make your own. There's nothing special.
Okay.
Parsley is very good as well. It's really nice. I put some of that in there. And then
think we have-
we also cut some apples and pears, and we put a bunch of those in there as well.
Kind of sweeten it up a little
Sweeten
bit.
it up a little.
I think we have kiwi here.
And kiwi is really good. And you know what I
Did
like
you put
too?
the celery in?
And some celery. And for health, ginger and turmeric are really important. You know, they look like this when you buy them, but we cut them up and we put them all in there together. It has a tangy taste, but it really is good. And then finally, I like a lot of lemon. So I put some lemon, this is
looks
already cut up,
delicious.
with some zest. We put a little bit of water. And voila.
Awesome. I can't wait.
So let's pour some, see if you like it.
Wow, it looks delicious.
But you know what's interesting about this? This is like eating 10 salads all together, all healthy. Take a sip, see what you think. Isn't that delicious?
Great.
And it's so healthy for you. It's got all those vital nutrients that are very critical for our overall health. Turmeric, ginger, all the greens.
Wow.
Amazing. So you just have some of this every morning or once a day anyway. And you basically have gotten so much.
But I won't have you to come over and make it for me.
You can make it yourself. You see how easy it was.
Yes.
You can just go to the grocery store and buy all of those things already pre-mixed and pre-cut and just put them in.
Absolutely.
And make your own, because you might like something else that I didn't put in. That's what I think is very important. Become yourself.
True.
I give recipes in my books, and I tell people, you know what? I don't want you to follow the recipe. They say, why'd you write it in the book? Because I want it to be your recipe. This is one, you can take it as a, you know, the model.
Right.
But if you don't like one of those ingredients, if you don't like the parsley or something,
Right.
there's no reason to put it in. Put something you like.
So I could put in my blueberries.
Anything you
Right.
like. And that's the issue with people. We try to be somebody else that we're not because we want to do that recipe that somebody else made, but it never comes out as good and it doesn't have what we like.
That's true.
So if you don't like any of these ingredients, don't put them in.
Yeah.
It won't hurt my feelings.
Okay, but I think I'm gonna start with your recipe
Okay, but
and
you
then
don't-
I'll add on.
Or take off if there's something
Yes.
you don't like. I think it's
So-
important.
This is delicious.
Okay, to our health.